Okay, my dear students, welcome to our class. We have stopped here in the last session. Now let me continue with the next session. Okay, my dear children, let us see. Each child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment. Just let me take a pencil here. Okay, just I am taking a pencil here. Okay, so that we can easily do something. Inherited, Varasatvanga. So some people will call by birth, naturally, from forefathers, from ancestors. There are some characteristics which just come from traditional. So this is called genetical characteristics are there. Some specific socio-economic and emotional environment, and trained in a certain ways by figures of authority. So some authority is there, maybe his father, maybe his mother, maybe his street elders, all their authority, he was able to figure out his character. I got as what we can say from genetics. It is not actually genetics, but we can say from forefathers, I got those things. Honesty, what is the first one? Honesty. Second one, self-discipline. Okay, very good. And from my father, from my mother, I inherited faith in goodness. Okay, faith in goodness, and keep kindness, deep kindness. Okay, now my dear friends, let us see the characteristics of APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam characteristics are honesty, self-discipline, faith in goodness, and deep kindness. Okay, honesty and self-discipline he learnt from his father, and faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. Oh, so these are the wonderful qualities of APJ Abdul Kalam's parents. And did my three brothers and sisters. He also got few things from his mother, not only mother but also three brothers and sister. He had three brothers and a sister. Okay, now what I want to tell you is, look at these qualities: honesty, self-discipline, faith in goodness, and deep kindness. Do you have at least one of these qualities? Answer my question. Do you have at least one of these qualities? Self-discipline, or honesty, faith in goodness, or deep kindness? So you are going to be a wonderful young man, wonderful young woman in the future. I had three close friends. How many friends are there? Three friends. When he was a child. Who are they? Ramananda Shastri, Aravindan, and Shiva Prakashan. All those boys were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. Orthodox means following the rules and regulations of the religion. That is called Orthodox. Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. Orthodox Christians. Orthodox Muslims we call. So as children, none of us ever felt any difference. As they were children, they did not find any difference between themselves. Even though they are Muslim, even though they are Christian, even though they are Muslim, they did not have any difference, any disparity among ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. When they are just brought up, there is no difference. When they are following their own religions, they did not find any difference. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the high priest of Rameshwaram temple. Oh, you see, here is a wonderful, one of the greatest Brahmin. He is nothing but a high priest. He is not an ordinary priest. The high-ranked priest at Rameshwaram temple. Later he took over the priesthood of Rameshwaram temple from his father also. Aravindan went into a business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, travelers, religious travelers, pilgrimers. So all these family you can understand Aravindans, and also you can see Aravindan went into a business, and Shiva Prakashan became the catering contractor for the Southern Railways. South Indian Railways are called Southern Railways. Eastern Railways, Southern Railways, Western Railways, like that the railways are divided. Now let us see his friends, Ramanatha Shastri, okay, Aravindan and Shiva Prakashan. His three friends became, Ramanatha Shastri became priest from his father, and this Aravindan became, what did he become? A businessman. And the third one, Shiva Prakashan became, yes, a contractor. What is that contractor? Oh, okay, do you understand his qualities? Honesty, self-discipline, faith in goodness, deep kindness. These are the wonderful qualities that he maintained in his life. Let us go and see the picture. Here is a picture about his teacher, his classmates and so on. He is the first bencher. He was sitting here among his friends, three Shastris. Oh, all those are Shastris here. All those Sharmas, Shastris, Brahmins and so on. Okay. He is only the Muslim boy. Do you understand, my dear friends? His teacher was also a Shastri, as having some pilakas and something like that. Okay. Now let us go to the next page. Look at this one. During the annual Sri Sitarama Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols. Idols means God's statues. Idols means, okay, do you understand? Statues of the Lord. From temple to the marriage site. Temple to marriage site. Situated in the middle of the pond called Ramatirtha. Where does this Sita Rama statues are going? They are taken from Ramatirtha, from temple to Ramatirtha, which was near our house. Where is that Ramatirtha? Which was very near to our house. Events from Ramayana and from life of the prophet were the bedtime stories of my mother and my grandmother would tell the children in our family. So, though it is a Muslim family, there are prophetical stories, prophecy, prophet. Prophet is nothing but, when you just search for this word, you will find the meaning. Prophet means a man between God and the people. Prophet will say prophecy, foreteller, astrologer, something like that we call. So bedtime stories. I don't know, does any of your grandparents told you, did any of your grandparents told you bedtime stories? Do you have this type of hobby? My grandfather used to tell me wonderful stories. I heard thousands and thousands of stories. I still remember so many stories. My students know so many stories because in my class is full of stories. One day, not Monday, okay. One day when I was in a 5th standard at Rameshwaram Elementary School, a new teacher came to our class. There was an incident in the class. Elementary school. Elementary means maybe studying before 5th class like that. Yes or no? Okay. What happened? Let us see. I used to wear a cap. This is quite natural. Let us see in the picture. There you can see cap. Cap is here for this one. Cap is here. Yes or no? Cap is there. This is quite natural thing to see a Muslim wearing a cap. I used to wear a cap. Worn, cap which marked me as a Muslim. And I always sat in the front row next to Ramanatha Shastri. Now let us see who is Ramanatha Shastri. I don't know. This man. Maybe this man. I don't know. Okay. Here is Ramanatha Shastri, who wore the sacred thread. Okay. Thread is there. Thread you can just see in the picture. The new teacher could not handle this one. A Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. Oh, the teacher was not in a bearing position, could not mingle with these things. Why this Muslim boy is with this? Oh no, she was thinking like that. Or he was thinking. In accordance with our social ranking, as the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit in the back bench. Oh, it was a shame for me as well as my friends. I felt very sad, and so did Ramanatha Shastri. He looked utterly downcast. Utterly, very, utterly poor we use the word utterly poor. Very poor. Utterly downcast as I shifted to my seat in the last row. Last row I shifted. The image of him weeping. My friend was weeping, not crying. It is more than crying. Weeping, sobbing, something like that. Weeping is nothing but continuously crying. Okay? but not with a loud sound. Loud sound crying is nothing but sobbing. When I shifted to the last row, left a lasting impression on me. Oh, I had a great impression, not actually great, but such a unforgettable impression on the teacher as well as my my downtrodden caste or Muslim, something like that. Okay, so what a disparity the teacher was showing. That is what he remembers. You see, what he learnt, what he acquired is not able to remember, but you see the thing which is bad is remembered. This is what our teachers, our friends have to remember. Now let us go and see in the next paragraph what is there. Look at this one. After school, we went home. The school was over. We did not play that day. We went home and told our respective parents. Look at the word respective parents. I told my parents, he told their parents. Okay, my Ramanatha Shastri and also my Aravindan and Paka Shastri, all these, they told them the incident. Lakshmana Shastri summoned the teacher. Summons. Summon, this is the word which is used by the court. Summons, they will serve. Summons means once it is given, no answer should be there. They have to attend. That's it. Did anyone see the movie Shankar Dada Jindabad, like that? There you will feel this summons. ATM, he calls. Automatically, though he is in the bathroom, he comes. So there we can use this word summon. Shastri summons the teacher and in our presence told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of the innocent children, he told. Look at this word, poison. The teacher is poisoning. Here, some teachers are poisoning the children's minds and spreading social inequality, inequality, and also communal, society-based intolerance, acceptance. Tolerance means acceptance. Tolerance means acceptance. Angikarinchadam. So, but intolerance, the opposite word of tolerance is intolerant. I can't tolerate you, my dear students, because you are misbehaving. Sometimes we use these type of words. Tolerate, tolerance, tolerating, intolerate. This is the opposite word for tolerate. Tolerate is a verb. Tolerance is a noun. Intolerance is also a noun. Communal, society-based, community intolerance. That is what the teacher is spreading here. Okay. So, my dear friends, in the minds of innocent children, why are you spreading this poison? Why are you spreading this poison like social inequality and communal intolerance? No, this is wrong. That is what Lakshmana Shastri said. He bluntly asked the teacher, bluntly means the word sharply, opposite word of sharply is bluntly, yes or no? Bluntly, sharply. Okay, do you understand? Sharply, the opposite word of sharply is bluntly. Guddiga, mondiga, that is what here. He bluntly asked the teacher, either apologize or quit the school and the island. Apologize, say apology, say sorry, or leave the school, that's it. Not only did the teacher regret his behavior, but the strong sense of conviction Lakshmana Shastri conveyed ultimately reformed this young teacher. You see, this teacher got reformation. The teacher changed. What a wonderful thing, bringing a wonderful change in the teacher's behavior, because the teacher was a young one. He did not have that much understanding, though he studied, though he completed B.Ed and so on, but he had a communal intolerance and social inequality in his mind. So he just brought this one from society and just put it on the students. That is what the poison, when it was a sprouting, when it was a small sapling, that stupid character, that stupid, what is that? Social intolerance, inequality and communal intolerance, that type of a bad quality was really grabbed off, thrown it away. Where it is in the teacher. Now the teacher is reformed. What a reform here? Reformation, reforms. On the whole, the small society of Rameswaram was very rigid, very strict, very small, confiscated, limited to something. in terms of the segregation of different social groups. There are so many social groups, segregation was there, differentiation was there. However, my science teacher, Siva Subramania Iyer, though an Orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife, his wife was very conservative, she was also an Orthodox Brahmin. He was also an Orthodox Brahmin. His wife was more following rules, was something of a rebel. He was also a rebel. Did you see the Rebel movie? Don't forget that one. Don't just come into our lesson. Rebel, going against, following not rules, going opposite to the rules. He did his best to break social barriers. So here is a wonderful person you should know. Siva Subramania Iyer. He was the man, he wanted to break all the rules, social barriers, so that the people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily. Mingling up should be going on. Mixing up, mingling up, mixing up. Mixing should be going on. They should not be divided by these society inequalities like a caste, creed and so on. Used hours with me and would say, used hours and hours of talking with me and he would say, Kalam, 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 I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big cities. My dear Kalam, I want to see you as a highly educated person. You are going to be a highly educated person in the future. You have to develop. I want you to develop so that you are a wonderful person. You are going to be. That's what he used to tell me by sitting with me, by talking to me hours and hours. How many teachers are spending hours and hours with the students? Even now, the people are not spending time with their family members because of watching cell phone, watching WhatsApp, watching videos, YouTube, something. Some students are playing some games and wasting their time. Spending time with the children, spending time with the students, spending time with the family, spending time with the friends is such a valuable thing, I can say. Now, let us go and see the next page. You see, here is Iyengar, here is Subramanya Iyengar, and here is such an Orthodox Brahmin wife, and this boy is welcome to the house. Here are bananas, here are age-old tradition cooking house. She is wearing sari, and you see plate, glass, everything was given, and this man was sitting. He welcomed the Muslim boy into the house, into the kitchen, and so on. Such a wonderful thing, such a innovative thing, I can say a daring activity has been going on here. Let us see. One day he invited me to his home for a meal. Now I want to know the meaning of the word meal. Meal, dinner or breakfast or lunch. Okay, forget about that one. Meal, midday meals we may say. So this may be lunch. His wife was horrified. She was horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine in her ritually pure kitchen, following the rules and regulations of the religion, ritually pure kitchen, rituals. The kitchen was very pure, holy, such a sacred one. To dine, what is there? To dine, what is this word dining? Dining table, yes or no? Dine, dinner. Okay. Can a tiger dine on biscuits? Can a lion dine on biscuits? Is it possible? Okay. Do you understand the meaning of the word dine? Dine is a verb. Dinner is a noun. Dining is an adjective. Dining table. But dining is also a noun. Is also a verb we can say. When we say noun, dining is a verb, especially noun when it is used as gerund. Yes or no? Okay. She refused to serve me in her kitchen first. Siva Subramanya Iyer was not perturbed, was not disturbed, nor did he get angry with his wife. He was not disturbed, he was not angry with his wife, but instead served me with his own hands and sat down beside me to eat his meal. Oh, the teacher was there. He just welcomed the student. He served. He sat with the student and he served with his own hands, sat with the student beside him and ate his meal. What a wonderful teacher he is. His wife watched us from behind the kitchen door. She was there and she was watching everything. I wondered whether she had observed any difference in the way I ate rice or not. Drank water and something, let us see. She observed eating rice, drinking water, and also cleaning the floor after the meal. All these things she observed. She was observing how the boy was. She had some idea. She had an idea how the other caste people will behave. But here it is entirely changed. Her preoccupational thought are really changed. When I was leaving his house, Subramanya Iyer invited me to join him for the dinner again the next weekend. Oh, now it was a meal time and this time for the dinner. Dinner in the sense, nighttime meals, weekend. Observing my agitation, unwillingness, he told not to get upset, my dear boy, don't be upset. Saying, once you decide to change the system, such a problems have to be confronted. Problems will come. You have to face them. You have to change them. That is what he said. When I visited his house the next week, Subramanya Iyer wife took me inside her kitchen and served me food with her own hands. What a change. What a transformation. What a great characteristics as a boy. What a behavior. You see, he had learnt 4 qualities: honesty, self-discipline, and innate goodness. And also one more thing, yes, deep kindness. Those 4 qualities which he learnt from his father, which he learnt from his mother, made him such a wonderful person. Yes or no? Let us go and see next paragraph. Okay, my dear friends, let me just drag my photo down here so that you can easily understand. Then the Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent. It was mandatory. Indians will build their own India, declared Gandhiji. So it was possible, freedom was given, and Gandhiji also declared Indians will build their own India. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism, unprecedented, unstoppable, unexpectable. What a wonderful happiness, optimism, positivity, pessimism, negativity. Thinking only positive side is called, what is that? Optimist, pessimist. Look at the words optimist, pessimist, optimism, pessimism. Okay, optimism is nothing but thinking positives. Okay, pessimism is nothing but thinking always negativity, thinking about bad things only. I asked my father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramananthapuram. He told me as if I thinking aloud, Abdul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? Remember, seagull. Abdul, this is a very important line. I know you have to go to grow. You have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? Yes or no? So remember, you have to grow. You have to go. If you want to grow, you have to grow out. See the seagull, the bird. It flies alone without a nest. It leaves the nest, just flies away. And also he quoted some words. He quoted Khalil Gibran. This passage has been appeared in the final exams nearly for 4 or 5 times now. You see this passage especially in the editing part. From 13 to 17 questions, this passage appeared for so many times. He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother. Your children are not your children. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They are life's children. Life is there, and that is called God, and they are belongs to the life. They come through you. They just come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. So, this is what the words he quoted. Who? His father. Who is his father? Yes, you know, Zainul Abidin Kalam. Oh, so he just gave these words. My dear children, he quoted Khalil Gibran's words. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. So that is what his father told. So these are the words, such a wonderful, powerful words. Still so many parents feel these are my children. They should follow my rules. Whatever I decide, they have to become. Whatever the way I show, they have to lead. That is not right, my dear people. If his father was thinking to do something for his first son, he might not have become scientist. He might not have become the president of India. He might not have become a scientist or DRDO and so on, working in that ISRO or nuclear test conducting. All these things might not be possible. So here the children have to remember, you are yourself. You are having a self-discipline. You must have honesty. You must have self-discipline. You must have innate goodness. You must have finally a wonderful thing, deep kindness. These four things are very much need of the day, until the end of your life. So this is what APJ Abdul Kalam's Wings of Fire, a small incident taken from Wings of Fire. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. I will continue my classes in the next class. Thank you.